The moment that just went viral didn't look like much at first glance. No screaming, no over-the-top celebration. Just Andrew Berry walking straight toward his quarterback with a look that said everything. But if you really watched it closely, you realize something much bigger just happened inside the Cleveland Browns organization. Because that wasn't just a congratulations. That was relief. That was validation. And more than anything, that was a man silently saying, "I told you so." And the craziest part? That moment might have just exposed everything going on behind the scenes in Cleveland, but it didn't start there. It started months ago when Andrew Berry made one of the most questioned decisions of his career. Drafting Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round wasn't seen as bold, it was seen as a reach. Analysts questioned it. Fans didn't understand it. Some people inside the league reportedly didn't even think Shedeur deserved a roster spot. And when you're a general manager already under pressure, that's the kind of move that can cost you your job. But Berry didn't flinch. He believed in something nobody else could see yet. And for a while, it looked like he might have been wrong, because Shedeur wasn't getting real opportunities. No full reps, no real chance to prove himself. Just sitting, waiting, watching, while the Browns struggled to find anything consistent at quarterback. That's when the noise got louder. People started asking, did Cleveland waste a pick? But then, everything changed in one night. Because when Shedeur finally got his shot, he didn't just play well, he made history. No Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback had won their debut in over 30 years. Think about that. Decades of failed starts, missed opportunities, broken expectations. And somehow, the guy nobody believed in walked in and ended all of it. Over 200 yards, big-time throws, composure way beyond his experience. No panic, no fear, just control, like he'd been there before. And suddenly, all those doubts started looking real quiet. But just when it felt like this was his moment, that's when things took a strange turn. Because somehow, the biggest story of the night didn't end with celebration. It turned into controversy. The game ball, the one symbol that represents who owned the game, didn't go to Shedeur. It went to Myles Garrett. Now don't get it twisted. Garrett was dominant. 3 sacks. Defensive chaos all game. He absolutely showed up. But here's where things got messy. This wasn't just another win. This was history. This was the moment that snapped a 30-year drought. And the guy who made that happen walked out without the recognition. That's when fans started asking questions. Was it just a football decision, or was something else going on? Because inside a locker room, those small decisions, they're never really small. They send messages, and whether the Browns meant to or not, a lot of people felt like that message was loud and clear. And it didn't help that Shedeur himself added fuel to the fire without even trying to. Because after the game, he said something that completely shifted the conversation. 1 week of practice, that's all he had. 1 week. Let that sink in. This wasn't a quarterback who had months to prepare. No full offseason, no system built around him, no chemistry developed over time. He got thrown in and still delivered like that. And then he said it. Imagine what a full offseason would look like. It could get dangerous. That wasn't just confidence, that was a warning. And if you read between the lines, it felt like a quiet shot at Kevin Stefanski and the entire coaching staff. Because now the question isn't just how good Shedeur is, it's why he wasn't playing sooner. And that question, it's getting louder by the second. But in the middle of all the noise, there was one moment that hit completely different. No cameras needed, no commentary required, just a father, waiting in the tunnel. Shedeur Sanders stood there as Shedeur walked toward him. And for a second, everything else disappeared. No critics, no pressure, no controversy. Just pride. You could see it in his face, the emotion, the weight of everything his son had just accomplished. Because this wasn't just a win. This was proof. Proof that Shedeur wasn't just Deion's son. He was building something of his own. And that moment? It reminded everyone watching, this story is bigger than football. But back inside the organization, things were shifting fast, because while Shedeur's stock was rising, the pressure on Stefanski was doing the same. Fans were questioning decisions. Media was digging deeper. And suddenly, Andrew Berry didn't look like the guy on the hot seat anymore. He looked like the smartest man in the building. The same GM people doubted, Just found his quarterback.